As a follow-up to the post social this, social that, we'll take a look at some solutions for aggregating your digital life and also increasing the efficacy of your communications. So as we saw with this flower of social media places to participate online, there's a dizzying array of places. And as a consequence, not only do we have a lot of tools to use, but the challenge of aggregating them all together has grown pretty dramatically. So what do you do for your district or even for your classroom? We're going to run through a couple of solutions pretty quickly just to give you a little bit of a taste of what's possible. There's a new category. It's not really blogging anymore. It's not really content management. It's really, the new meme is social publishing, because that's what we're doing. We're all not only consuming content, but we're turning right around and we're publishing, we're commenting, we're blogging, we're participating with images and video and so forth. The two solutions we'll look at, one is an open source software platform called WordPress, and the other is Posterous. And I'll show you why I think that they're perfectly aligned as social publishing platforms. I've been using WordPress now for several blogs that I manage. I have my own personal blog now on WordPress, and it's an incredibly robust platform, and there's a huge ecosystem of developers around WordPress creating plugins and themes and so on with the platform itself. So one of the things I have is a plugin that allows me to connect up all of my social places. So if you come in and you want to see, well, you know, where's Borscht participating, you click on blog in my menu, and there on the sidebar is a Get Social widget, which allows you to link up to me and find where I am all over the net. It's a great way to provide that at your fingertips. I know that I try often to find out where people are participating, and I got to go into each and every site and maybe do a quick search and so on, and it's a real pain. This makes it easy for people who have an interest in following me. Another plugin that I love is called Smart YouTube. This is a plugin that allows you to, with just literally taking the YouTube video link and putting it inside of a blog post, you can publish a YouTube video. You can even skin the thing. That little gradated area around the video is the one I've chosen for my blog, but you can have it be a multitude, basically any web color. But the beauty of this is, especially for clients that I have to help train, is that it's very, very simple for people to paste a URL instead of embed code, which sometimes gets stripped out of blog posts. So it's a real easy way to do it. This is just going to give you a little bit of a taste of what's possible within WordPress itself. The last one we'll look at is Twitter Tools. This is yet another plugin that is really wonderful, because if somebody's following, if you have your own teacher Twitter account, or you have one for your classroom, or you have one for the school, when a blog post is published, you can set it up so that it automatically sends out a tweet saying new blog post, puts the title of the post in, and then automatically shortens the URL. There's all these URL shortening services out there. Automatically does it and tweets it. And you can turn around and you can publish a daily digest of all the tweets that you've done and so on. But again, it's automatic once it's set up. The other thing about blogs that many people don't bother to move forward on is to setting them up as a multi-author blog. Now, why is that important? Well, imagine that you've got all the fifth grade teachers who are bloggers on one specific blog, or you are have a specific group of teachers who are looping, and you want to have all those looping teachers be able to blog about looping, for instance. You can set that up, and of course, every time a post is published, it would send out a tweet, and you can tie that together. So it's a really terrific way to really leverage the platform itself. And to make it really simple, it's very easy to post via email. You get the ability to do that, and you can set that up, and yes, you can set up a multi-author blog, so there's an administrator, so nothing gets published or goes live until it's been reviewed. But if somebody can use email, they can post to a blog. A new service called Posterous is really taking this whole entire concept to a new level and is pretty powerful. And again, it also leverages email. Email is the primary input method for Posterous. You can post photos and video and MP3s and files. Very, very simple to do. And I love it because it automatically takes an iPhone video, for example, and if I take the video in landscape mode with my iPhone, it automatically corrects that and spins it 90 degrees and delivers it on the blog post. If I record an audio and input that or upload that, send that by email, automatically creates a little player. So here's my SteveNet, a personal live stream blog that I've put together, and you'll notice the post that says Mikey from Blue Mic. I actually bought a mic that plugs into my iPhone, and I'm able to do a very high quality audio recording and then send that in by email. And as you can see, they automatically put a player there, and it's embedded. I can't tell you how trivial and how easy this is. So I'm able to be notified. So as soon as something gets posted, and this is important because I've set up a multi-author Posterous, and I'll talk about that in a moment, so I can get notified whenever something gets published. You can auto-post to everywhere. This is really powerful. So, for example, I've set up my Connecting the Dots blog so that when the Posterous post is made, it also creates a post on my Connecting the Dots blog. If I send an image to Posterous, it automatically also sends that image into my Flickr account. It also notifies both Facebook and Twitter that I've created a new post on Posterous. And you can add, an unlimited number, I'm sure it's limited, but many, many, many other kinds of services you can add. And you can also pick and choose. So if you said, well, I only want this to go into Posterous and then go into Flickr and Twitter, so I don't want a blog post made out of it, you can do a Flickr and the plus sign and Twitter at posterous.com, and it automatically only goes to those two and won't make won't publish a blog post, for example. So it's a great way to make decisions on where you want stuff to go and where you want it to live. So you obviously, if you're sitting somewhere with a laptop, you can do a Posterous. You can do it off of a smartphone, or you can even do it as a group. And I'm going to spend just a moment on the group function because of K-12 schools and districts. Obviously, you're working together as groups of people. And so you can have public groups, you can have private groups. So you could make a Posterous that was private only and have a group of people that were posting things to it, and only you could see it or anyone you gave the password to. And the group function is, again, something that's underutilized in both blogs and in new services like Posterous, and can be a really, really powerful way to communicate. So again, this auto post to everywhere has one other major benefit. And that other major benefit is that, God forbid Posterous goes out of business. If all my images and videos and audios are sitting in there and they go out of business, my data's gone. I'm not going to get it back. This way, not only does it notify all these other services I'm participating in, but it's sending my image also into Flickr. So it's unlikely that both Posterous and Flickr are going to go out of business. And my blog, if I have it sent there, that my blog is going to go down. And so I can be assured that my digital breadcrumbs are safe.